We're going to do a little bit of an experiment in terms of the presentation. Partially because, we had too much time on our hands. We have a flair for the dramatic. Part of it's because we believe in the power of the spoken word. And part of it's because we've actually seen a number of studies that point to the fact that depending upon what you see, it changes the way you interpret what you hear or even what is around you. So what we're going to do is we're going to have our presenters present quickly. Think about this as an elevator pitch as opposed to a presentation. Think of this as a teaser. You'll get to hear who they are, you get to hear what they've done, and then the grand reveal, you'll get to see who it is. So with that, we're going to start with our first VC.
I've been investing in startups since 2011. I started sourcing deals as a partner at Dreamit, a startup accelerator and pre-seed fund. I learned how to run a fund while leading the Comcast Ventures Catalyst Fund for 5 years. Earlier this year, I put all of this expertise to work at Morgan Stanley and was named EIR for their new Multicultural Innovation Lab. I'm a native of North Carolina, computer science graduate of NC State, and have an MBA from Duke University. Today, I'm founding partner of 42 Venture Partners, an East Coast seed stage firm that invests in the technologies and products that transform the way we work and experience life. Our name refers to the jersey number of the legendary Jackie Robinson. At 42, we are creating a platform for founders that will be the Jackie Robinsons of tech. They challenge the conventional wisdom of who can be an entrepreneur, where they come from, and what kind of problems they solve. I'm William Crowder, founding partner of 42 Venture Partners. I'm a VC.
Founder of Arena Growth Partners, West Point, helicopter pilot in the Army, NYU School of Law, Harvard Business School, JP Morgan Capital in San Francisco and Silicon Valley and New York City, partner at Polaris Venture Partners, invested over 3 funds, put $65 million to work and created over $30 billion in value and returned over $1 billion to our LPs, CEO of 2 venture-backed software companies. Our fund's thesis is a differentiated strategy that allows us to be the first institutional investors into more mature early-stage companies with mitigated risks at better valuations and the potential for venture returns. Our name comes from the famous Teddy Roosevelt quote, "Entrepreneurs are the ones who are actually in the arena, not us. They create value. Our job as VCs is to add value, accelerate that value creation through our extensive networks of customers, leadership, management talent, and co-investment partners." My name is Jim Brown. I'm the founder of Arena Growth Partners, and I am a VC.
You probably already know that less than 2% of venture dollars go to women or African American founders. This is a travesty, but as a former investment banker, I see it a little differently, as an opportunity for alpha or above market returns. This is why my partner and I started Rain Ventures. We have been investing together since 2013 and have built a portfolio with an IRR in excess of 100% annually. I've been investing in seed and Series A companies for over a decade, and as a managing director at the Dreamit Fund and founder at 1000 Angels, I have made and placed investments in over 100 companies. Rain Ventures is a $25 million seed stage fund that invests in scalable tech and tech-enabled businesses with a commitment to 50% historically underfunded minority founders, including women and African Americans. My partner and I have committed over $1 million of our own capital, have already invested in 2 amazing companies, and have a great pipeline of diverse founders we'd love to talk to you about. Ask for a one-on-one with Rain Ventures. Hi, I'm Erica Dagnan-Minahan, and I am a VC.
645 Ventures is a seed-stage venture capital fund that invests in early-stage technology companies. We focus on enterprise SaaS, consumer technology, and nascent markets. We focus on investing in entrepreneurs who have exceptional ability to build companies. Fund 1 is performing well. We've had 3 exits, one by Google, one by Facebook, and one by Expedia. All high IRR between 20 and 70%. All high ROIs as well. Our Fund 1 net revenue is over $200 million, growing at 100% year over year. I'm proud to say that last month, the total enterprise value of the portfolio reached nearly $1 billion. I'm proud to work alongside of exceptional people. My co-founder came out of Insight Ventures, which is a $15 billion growth equity fund, and at Insight he had 8 exits, 3 IPOs, 5 M&A that returned over $3 billion. I'm excited to say that we are raising our second fund, which is a $30 million fund, and we can go up to $40 million. We're looking for investors who not only want to generate high returns and join a strong investor group, but want to be a part of building the next best venture capital fund of this generation. My name is Aaron Holliday. I'm a VC.
At Precursor Ventures, we invest in people over product at the earliest stage possible. Our goal is to be the first institutional investor of record in the most promising tech companies. We make 20 investments per year in software and hardware companies based in the United States and Canada. Our first fund was $15.3 million, closed in December of 2016, and we've already invested in 80 companies. We're really committed to diversity. Over 25% of our portfolio companies have a person of color on the founding team, and more than a third have a woman as part of the founding team. Prior to starting Precursor, I was a partner at Softtech VC for 6 years, worked at Google and In-Q-Tel, the CIA's venture capital group. I'm a graduate of the Stanford Graduate School of Business and Stanford University, and we're in market now for Precursor Fund 2, which will be a $25 million fund. We've held our first close already, are actively putting money to work, and happy to talk to anybody who'd like to learn more. I'm Charles Hudson, I'm a VC.
I started my venture career in the Bay Area at a late-stage fund called IVP, where I worked on investments in Dropbox, Shazam, Yext, Fleetmatics, NGMoco, and the PopSure network. I then spent the most recent 4.5 years of my career at Venrock leading seed and Series A investments. While at Venrock, I led investments in Amino Apps, Lux Valet, 6sense, Beckon, Saucify, and Burner, in addition to a number of other personal investments throughout the years. I am now currently working on a new early-stage venture fund. I'm Richard Gerby, and I'm a VC.
My career journey starts back in high school when my chemistry teacher noticed my love and aptitude for math and science and encouraged me to major in engineering. I took her advice and received my BS in chemical engineering from MIT and then headed to work at Procter & Gamble. In my spare time, I tutored and mentored underserved high school students and quickly realized education was my calling. In 2010, I decided to make a career change to align my passion with my profession and pursued my MBA and MA in education at Stanford. As fate would have it, I met my now co-founder and partner who was co-teaching one of my classes, and she decided to convince me to join her at New Schools Venture Fund. We had a $12 million seed fund and made over 40 early-stage edtech investments just as the iPad was launched and entering classrooms. Many of these companies become market leaders and are serving millions of users today. We had 6 exits out of that fund. In 2015, we decided to spin out and form Reach Capital, a $53 million early-stage venture fund investing in the most promising entrepreneurs, developing technology focused on issues of access and opportunity in education. We are now raising our second fund, $75 million, and had our first close 2 weeks ago. We'd love to have other LPs join us on this journey. I'm Chantal Polson, co-founder and general partner at Reach Capital, and I'm a VC.
I previously managed a family office in the Bay Area where I led 15 investments. 13 of those companies are still going. Invested $15 million at cost in seed and early stage companies, which is currently worth just under $150 million. I started Authentic Ventures really with a desire to just be a lot more inclusive in the way that we approached investing. Being in Silicon Valley for 23 years, I've gotten to know a lot of engineers, designers, product managers, and our goal at Authentic Ventures is really to engage talented people that work at great companies and use that network to source, vet, and support the companies that we invest in. I've been an investor in tech for most of my career. The last 16 years, have invested through 3 different market cycles. I got my law degree and my MBA from Stanford University and a bachelor's in economics from the University of Florida. I'm Lindsay Lee, managing partner of Authentic Ventures, and I'm a venture capitalist.
Good afternoon. I'm the managing partner of Brightwood Management Partners based in Washington, D.C. I'm a former U.S. Air Force officer and chairman of the Venture Capital Access Program, also known as VCAP. VCAP is focused on investing in diverse and women entrepreneurs. This initiative is a collaboration of partners that include the Harvard Business School Alumni Angels of New York, the National Association of Investment Companies, which consists of diverse private equity fund managers with over $80 billion in assets under management. Other partners include the Association of Asian American Investment Managers and the New America Alliance, which is one of the leading Latino advocacy group of investors and entrepreneurs. I'm a graduate of Howard University and the University of Dayton grad school, and I look forward to meeting you. Hello, I'm Vernon Lee, and I'm a VC.
Hi, I studied philosophy at Stanford, and after that I went on to be an entrepreneur a couple of times, had 2 venture-backed startups, both of which ultimately exited. After that I became a VC where I served as a partner at Collaborative Fund for about 6 years, where I made 30 investments with a half dozen exits to date, and hopefully more to follow. And we grew the platform during my tenure there from 7 million under management to 150 million under management. And as an angel investor, I've made a handful of investments and have been fortunate to see companies exit to Spotify, Kickstarter, Etsy, and others. I am not yet in market, but I will be shortly with a new vehicle focused on the very, very earliest stages, and so stay tuned for that. Thank you for listening. My name is Kanyima Kubela, and I'm a new dad, but also a VC.
I received my BA in economics from Yale, and after that, I went into investment banking at Barclays in New York, where I focused on natural resources and then on financial institutions. Anthemis is a US and European-focused investment firm and strategic advising firm focused on changing the financial services landscape from all angles. For the last 10 years, we've been investing in early-stage fintech companies. However, we raised our first official 100 million fund last summer, and since our inception have made over 60 investments. We also provide corporate venture as a service, and currently have 3 of those strategic funds with corporates. Our thesis is driven by this shift to the information age, with technology enabling better use of data and helping to change how financial services are not only consumed, but how platforms and solutions are designed. My name is Jillian Williams, and I'm a VC.
At Base Ventures, we believe that founders are the #1 determinative of success for a startup. I went to Dartmouth, I went to Wharton for my MBA. I was in investment banking for 15 years at Merrill Lynch. and Lehman Brothers. I've been investing for about the past 2 decades. I've had 7 exits. I've returned a whole bunch of money to friends and a little money to LPs in my first fund. I was a seed investor in Zappos, and in turn, Tony Hsieh seeded my first fund. I was a seed investor in SocialCam. Michael Siebel is now the CEO of Y Combinator. I was a seed investor in Ollie. I've been friends with Eric Ryan for 15 years. Myself and Ev Williams' fund, Obvious Ventures, are the only 2 institutions in the company. I was a seed investor in PlanGrid, a Sequoia company now worth about $400 million, and we are going out for Fund 3 in a few weeks. You should be excited. My name is Eric Moore. I'm the managing director of Base Ventures, and I'm a VC.
I'm a Morehouse alum, worked on Wall Street for 12 years at Goldman Sachs and Deutsche Bank, and previously founded Queensbridge Venture Partners with over 100 investments and 30 exits under my belt. I'm a general partner at Manhattan Venture Partners All-Star Fund, which is a $100 million diversified portfolio of tomorrow's IPOs today. We target investors seeking a diversified and efficient exposure to the pre-IPO venture market with transparency and portfolio construction. With a 6-month investment period, 1 to 4 year exit timeline, and a basket of 10 to 15 names, we also produce proprietary research in over 40 late-stage tech companies. And our over 30 pro athletes and institutional investors get an expertly curated and managed portfolio, access to high-quality, sought-after companies, discounted shares, and early liquidity. We also offer co-investment rights. Fund 1, which is closed, consisted of SoFi, Spotify, Lyft, ZocDoc, DocuSign, Pinterest, Rent the Runway, Postmate, Wish, Palantir, Hotel Tonight, and Cloudera. I'm Rashawn Williams, and I'm a venture capitalist.
I'm an early stage investor at a well-known venture fund and accelerator based in San Francisco, but investing all over the world. Before joining this fund, I was a graduate of University of Miami with a major in political science, minor in music business and entertainment industries. And I was on the other side of the table as a founder and as an operator in product roles. I joined the San Francisco mayor's office and contributed to the city's strategy around unlicensed spectrum and municipal internet access, and I'm one of the founders of Black Founders, whose mission is to increase the number of successful Black entrepreneurs in tech. I'm currently raising a fund to invest in technology that takes advantage of the demographic changes that we're starting to see in the United States. A lot of investors will talk to you about the lasting impact of millennials and post-millennials on technology, but what we almost never hear them say is that this is an increasingly brown generation. And that changes the way we all interact with technology. Demographics are making multicultural consumers one of the fastest growing and most lucrative emerging markets right here in the US. And by the year 2044, people of color will be the majority. Yet, most venture-backed products aren't made with these new and emerging US groups in mind. I've invested in 10 companies just in the past 20 months that fit this thesis and cover categories from legal tech to media and include startups like Blavity and CourtBuddy. And now I'm raising a fund to do even more. Investors have spent billions of dollars chasing the next emerging market all over the world, and it's been right here in our backyard all along. Hi, everyone. I'm Monique Woodard. I'm an investor at 500 Startups, raising my Fund 1 at 500 Shades. Thank you, and I'm a VC.
I wrote my first software program when I was 11. I never imagined I would study applied math at Harvard or work for Microsoft, let alone run strategy projects on cloud computing or open source software for Steve Ballmer, who ironically shares the same college, major, and hometown. I've not only invested in unicorns as a corporate VC at Microsoft, including Akamai, which is now worth $9 billion, or Interview, which sold for $2.8 billion, or even more recently as an angel, with Weatherbill, which became the Climate Corporation and sold for $1 billion. But I would have at Viacom as well if they would have just accepted the deal I had negotiated with Sean Parker to get Facebook at $75 million in 2005. Missing that opportunity motivated me to begin investing for myself. So I started as an angel and now full-time with the firm I co-founded, Connectivity Ventures, where we focus on transforming the way we live and work. We focus primarily on health and finance, but also think very deeply about the future of work. I'm with an all-star team of rock stars, including a seasoned Wall Street veteran and 2 executive recruiting specialists. Our advisors include the former CEO of Credit Suisse, the founder of the Cyber Operations Group at the Air Force, and the co-founder of Celgene, which is an $80 billion biotech company. This is our first fund, but we've already had our first close, and we would love to talk to you about our investments and our thesis. My name is Denmark West, and I am a VC. So at this point, I want to say, please give a big round of applause for the talent that's in the room that's been kind enough to show up and speak up. Sometimes it's important to acknowledge what we have right in front of us, right? And this, in many ways, is the definition of greatness. You know, these are people who 90% of them I know and have known for years, and I still heard new stuff. And so I'm humbled to be in the presence of such amazing talent. So sincerely, I just want to say thank you all. Now, that being said, this is the talent that's in the room. There were also people that really wanted to be here and decided that they were going to try to do their best to demonstrate their desire to be here by sending something ahead. So with that, we want to actually have two of our peers give us a little message right now.
Hello from sunny Lagos, Nigeria. My name is Maya Horgan Famutu, and I am the founder of Ingressive Capital. Thank you, Culture Shift, for including us in this event. I'm sad that we couldn't make it out there, but very excited to tell you more about the work that we're doing with Ingressive. So a little bit first about me. I grew up with 2 sets of family members, half in Nigeria, half in the US, same brilliant entrepreneurs. The only difference in them building their business was opportunity. Those on the continent struggling to grow with lack of access to venture capital. Those in the US onto their 3rd, 4th enterprise. Realized that brilliance is evenly distributed, opportunity is not, and eventually came on to start Ingressive, where we connect Silicon Valley investors and corporates with high growth technology companies on the continent for investment and partnerships.
So that was Maya. Can we show Steve?
Hey you all, this is Stephen DeBerry from the Bronze Venture Fund. Bronze is investing commercial capital for social impact in East Side communities. And if you don't know what East Side communities are, you might think about East Palo Alto, for those who are familiar with the Bay Area and Silicon Valley, which is on the other side of the freeway from Palo Alto. And if that doesn't ring the bell for you, you might think of the sister cities that are East Side communities like East Oakland or East LA, East Philly, East Baltimore, East St. Louis or New Orleans East. They're basically communities on the other side of the tracks where there's massive opportunity for economic growth. We invest mostly in education, health, financial services, and related categories. I really rue the fact that I can't be there with you in person, but I wanted to send a note of introduction and support for this initiative. I hope you all have a really fantastic meeting, and I look forward to hearing how it goes later. Thanks.